So YouTube's giving me hell trouble over especially this video here, or pretty much anything to talk about Virginia Giuffre, who is a victim and is a witness to many things on the Epstein files and Bill Clinton, especially Bill Clinton, which is one of the top reasons I'm pretty sure why this video is not getting through. Is being copyrighted left and right over the silliest things. So what I'm gonna do, since YouTube wants to be a little bitch, I'm going to show this list who shows the names of the people that are involved with Pizzagate every so often. And if I have to pause it every 5 seconds, I will, because it doesn't want this information out. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of backstory about Virginia and her relation with the Epstein, Maxwell, and Bill Clinton.
Ghislain Maxwell approached me at the spa area. She was like this really bright.
Here are the names again with Pizzagate. These names come multiple times, talking about children and pizza.
Mary Poppins kind of a figure, and she said, "Oh, you're reading a book on massage therapy." And, you know, we started talking. She goes, "Oh, you know what? I know this guy. There's an opportunity, actually. If you want to become a real massage therapist, we can get you trained. You can come for the interview tonight, and if he likes you, then you'll be a real masseuse. And you'll get to see the world, and you'll get paid $200 per massage." And no alarm bells went off, because it was this proper English lady who just...
So, you know, she was like 16 years old. And another thing I did not like when I heard her story, dude, her dad drops her off at this house, at Epstein and Maxwell's house, dude. And I'm not a big fan of that. I haven't heard nothing from the dad either. I don't even know if he's alive. That's one more other thing I gotta check into. But I just thought that was just a little weird in this situation. The more I get into this.
Looks so nice.
Epstein's victims have talked about how they weren't sure who this guy was, but because Giuffre seems so proper, surely it's got to be legit. Her posh upbringing, her accent, gave this veneer of respectability. Coming from a woman, I think that was incredibly manipulative, and I think it was absolutely critical in Epstein's operation.
My dad brought...
Yeah, her dad drops her off there. So again, these are people involved with Pizzagate. And if you don't know what Pizzagate is, it is these people have been using code word for pizza for kids. So it's the code word for kids, pizza, and there's a few other ones, but pizza's like the #1, especially celebrities like to use.
Me over, and he shakes hand with Giuffre, who promises that she'll take good care of me and she will have someone drive me home. She led me up a staircase, and we made a right into Jeffrey's room, and Giuffre laying naked on the massage table. Jeffrey lifts his head up, looks at Giuffre. Giuffre looks at him, and I call it the Cheshire cat grin, because his face just went like this, and it was like a nod of approval. Giuffre got me quickly into, like, here's the lotions, here's the oils.
What a creep. What a creep.
We're gonna each take half of his body so you can follow my instructions. It just looked like a legitimate massage. Then they also started asking me questions about my life. I really, really wanted this job.
16 years old.
I opened up to them. I said, look, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for me. I've been on the streets, I've been abused, and that's the worst thing that I could have done, because I just let them know that I'm vulnerable and I'm their perfect type. Giuffre grabbed one foot, I grabbed the other, and she says, you always want to keep one hand on the body when you're massaging somebody. And then he turns over and the entire thing changed. They said, take off your clothes. I had these little girl undies on, like little hearts on them, I remember, and they were laughing at that because they like that. The younger you look, the better it is. It turned very sexual, and it was abuse straight away from both of them.
So her dad dropped her off there, dude. She thought she was there to try to do a job, be a massage therapist, and they ended up tricking her into taking off her clothes. And they're on, after talking with her and getting her vulnerable, they made her basically, they hired her to be a victim. They're gonna say, or some people are gonna say, oh, that she was just a paid therapist. There's receipts for it. Yeah, receipts for showing that you paid her, you paid this victim to go through very evil, demonic things. She was molested, and not just by Maxwell and Epstein, by other people as well. And she was a great witness for all this, but she was mysteriously killed April 25, 2025, and supposedly it was suicide. I don't believe it was suicide. I think she was killed, allegedly, but that's just my opinion. But here we go. We're going to continue on.
I got paid $200, and the butler drove me home.
They acted very normal about the situation. They tried to validate what had happened. From the outside perspective, you understand the grooming involved and what transpired in that room, paying her heftily for the work that had been done, making it seem like it was appropriate what had transpired, and then inviting her back again.
And remember, man, this is just one person. We just know about this person, you know, the most. But I'm gonna tell you, there was thousands of women, bro. Thousands of women that went through this, and still going on through it through other people in the Vine that worked with or know Epstein. And there's another thing too, that dude could probably still be alive, because there's supposedly, from what I've been hearing, is that there was a vehicle that pulled up at the exact same time when the cameras were off and stuff like that, and then somebody got switched out at that prison. And I just think it's kind of coincidental, the fact that happened at the exact same time. That's just a little too weird, in my opinion.
The shame was immediate. I remember sitting at the bottom of my shower and crying my eyes out. I'd been on the streets, and I thought, well, maybe this is the lesser of two evils. I had the promise of an education, and maybe this is just how the world works. If abuse is so prevalent in my life, maybe that's just what it is. That's just life.
For individuals who've been sexually abused as a child, this confirms that they don't have any meaning beyond giving pleasure to somebody else.
People involved. Oh, wrong one. People involved with the Pizzagate.
Of course you'd expect them to go back, especially if there is even a glimmer of hope that maybe something good will come out of this. Because it's a really devastating feeling to be nothing.
Within the next few weeks, Giuffre and GHISLAIN told me that I need to quit my job with Mar-a-Lago because I'll be traveling with them as their traveling masseuse. You ask yourself, like, if I could talk to that 16-year-old girl again, what would you tell her? Bloody hell, I'd tell her to run for your life. But at 16, you just, I don't know. Yeah, I was very intimidated by these people.
What I call it is invisible chains. I mean, no, these girls were not tied up. And people will say, well, they kept coming back. Why did they keep coming back? These were not people to be crossed. These were very significant people with the ability, the power, the wealth to destroy a life if they wanted to.
So, yeah, that's about Virginia Giuffre. I want to show a couple other things. We'll talk more about her death.
90% of construction. 90%.
Well, Virginia Giuffre, the most prominent victim of the late convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, took her own life on Thursday. This is just weeks after she made headlines for saying that she had days to live after she claimed to have been hit by a bus. A statement given to NBC News was quoted as such from the 41-year-old's family. It says, "It's with utterly broken hearts that we announce that Virginia passed away last night at her farm in Western Australia."
I feel like if she would have been in America, I feel like she would have either been still alive right now, or if she had been killed here, we would have had better evidence of the fact that she was murdered and not suicidal. I will not, and I don't believe that she was suicidal. Anybody who has information about the Clintons, they get They just so happens to be suicidal, and I do not think that's a coincidence. There's too many fingerprint, blueprint things that are just connecting straight to this right here. And I'm gonna tell you, YouTube is trying its damn hardest right now to fight Pizzagate or anything involving Virginia here.
She lost her life to suicide after being a lifelong victim of sexual abuse and sex trafficking. The New York Post says that Giuffre took legal action against billionaire financier Epstein in 2015, alleging that she was sex trafficked at age 16 after his ex-lover and convicted madam, Ghislain Maxwell, recruited her from her job as a locker room attendant at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. The mom of 3, according to the Post, also alleged that she was forced to have sex with disgraced Prince Andrew 3 times when she was 17, including at Epstein's Little St. James Island in New Mexico, and in Maxwell's London home, where a notorious photo of her with King Charles' eldest brother was taken. The Post says the allegations became the biggest scandal to rock the royal family in a generation. Again, hearing of the...
And I can't, man. I can't understand why this is getting, dude, I'm telling you, there's something very key to this, because YouTube's trying its hardest. It's hardest, dude. I've been trying days to try to get some kind of video showing her and her story, man. I'm not gonna let her, die in vain. Okay. There's something big with this. We got to get this information out, man. And Bill Clinton, dude, all day, he a scumbag all day. And the left side, all you liberals and shit, man, you wanted Epstein file. When they come out, it doesn't seem like you give a shit, because you don't talk about her, you don't talk about any of the victims. Oh, you just Trump this, Trump that. Let's come to reality. You have TDS, dude, and you don't want to know any truth. And this is some truth I'm gonna put out, whether you like it or not.
Sad news just within the past hour. Virginia Giuffre, the most prominent victim of late convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, taking her own life on Thursday. It was announced on Friday, her death. She was 41 years old, her family confirming this. People...
I think it's still strange, though, that they ain't mentioned much about the dad. The dad dropped her off at Epstein's house. I think that's very, very weird. Another thing I want to quickly show, how some of these celebrities, this is like one of the popular ones, Jim Carrey, basically, just not even secretly, just straight up telling you that the Illuminati is real. And I don't know if he was just really high or drunk or both, or he's just really inebriated, or if this is just him just trying to cry out for help. But I'm going to tell you, he basically telling everybody's laughing because there's a sign that says, ah, applause and laugh. But technically, dude, this dude was, I feel like, kind of crying out to everybody.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon doesn't. Dumb and Dumber 2 opens tomorrow. Please say hello to Jim Carrey.
doesn't just do that. Watch.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
I think that was him actually crying out, saying that, look, man, I just want to spill the beans. He even called himself a whistleblower. It wasn't entirely laughing. He was just smirking probably a little bit because he's seeing how stupid everybody is and being good little sheeple and doing what the hell they're told. That's what I think of that. Anyways, though, I'm gonna wrap it up. Please hit like, subscribe. I'm gonna have more to this because something's telling me to do it. And I'm not gonna let YouTube tell me that I can't do any of this, man, when I know I've been doing all this legitly. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Be safe. Love you all.